Hey everyone, Terry Gigi here. Today we're going to go back to the Leveling Up series. I was doing that before Christmas, so I will link those videos below. I didn't even go back to see what the topic was, so I may have already done this topic, but I think I have some real gems here. Today we're going to talk about just general leveling up our lives just in general. And then I have one I'm going to do on, again, leveling up your home, a little bit different take, leveling up your decor, another different take, and then leveling up your spiritual relationship with God. So today it is all about just basic life, day-to-day life. How can we level it up and make it better, easier, more calm, and on schedule, and all those kinds of things. So just as we think about the future now, because all of a sudden now it seems like everybody's decided that COVID is going away and it's going to be an endemic instead of a pandemic. So that's good news. But now we've kind of been holding our breath for 2 years. So now let's get going. Let's get going with this life that we have before something else comes up. So, what is next in your individual life is always connected to what is now. What you're doing now will determine what's next in many cases. Not all cases, but in many cases. For instance, tomorrow you're not going to wake up and be in a ton of debt unless today and the day before and the day before that and the day before that you have been spending too much money, or using your credit card too much, or you bought a house you couldn't afford, or you bought a car you couldn't afford. What you do today will impact your tomorrow. So always be thinking of that when you make decisions, that each decision you make, big or small, will impact your tomorrow. So it's always connected to what you do now is connected to the future. Sometimes we need to find clarity. We've been through a lot of things lately, a lot of pressure, and now we need to just stop and maybe reassess. Let's think about clarity in your life is power. And one thing that I did the other day, because Scott and I's life, y'all, it's been turned upside down with this retirement. It's so different. We have a lot of loose ends that we still haven't tied up. And it's driving me crazy. I decided the other day to sit down and think, what do we want out of the rest of our lives? What do we want to be busy doing? What are our goals, And I just wrote down a bunch of things, like 5 sentences, and then I circled one word in each sentence, and then that turned into a mantra. Now, I haven't cleared it with Scott, but we'll see if he agrees with me. But always be clear about where you're headed, and you're much more likely to end up there. Here's something I'm really guilty of. Aim at too many targets and you will miss all of them. I'm so terrible at this, y'all. One day I want to learn to watercolor. Another day I want to write. Another day I want to be, a great YouTuber. Another day I want to start a new blog. All these things just come to me, and I'm excited about all of them, but none of them are going to happen if I keep doing little. It's kind of like when you walk in a room and you forget what you went in there to get. You forget why you went in the room, and then you start cleaning out a drawer. And then when you come back in the kitchen, you see the reason that you went, and you'll go back and do it again. I have done this, y'all. So I've got to get more clear about my targets and try to be working on one sort of thing at a time. Because now I used to could multitask like a mad woman, but with all the other distractions now in our lives, I feel like it's a little more difficult to multitask. And I think that's because of our phones. I really do. Always remember, your phone is a tool. It is not your master. Don't forget, just because we can be contacted doesn't mean we have to react to the contact. Just because you get an email doesn't mean you have to open it. Just because you get a text message doesn't mean you have to go in the next room and grab your phone and see what it was. Unless you're in a position where you're expecting big news, or, you need to know something right away. Then you'll have your phone with you anyway. Just because your phone rings doesn't mean you have to answer it. Let's go back, when nobody could contact us. The only way you could be contacted in the day was by snail mail or a telephone call. And we did talk on the phone a lot more back then, and I used to love doing that with my friends, just chat, chat, chat. But we don't even do that anymore. But I have my phone turned off at all sounds, every sound, text, everything, turn off about 9 at night. And it doesn't turn back on till 7. I'm thinking of changing that to 9. And everyone knows if there's an emergency, call Scott's phone. So I've got that backup kind of thing. But anyway, just remember to treat your phone as a tool, not as something that you can't live without, Let's see. Oh, here's a good one. And these all come from things that I've just jotted down when I hear them. I've heard these in all different places. I've read them, watched on YouTube, read something, I don't know. Take care of what you have and finish what you start. If we would simply do those two things, it would solve many, many, many of our problems. If we just take care of what we already have. But we have such a throwaway society now that we just don't take, I don't think, as good care of things. When I watch Little House or read the Little House on the Prairie books, they take care of everything, and it's because they're not going to be able to get another one. But I think we should take care of what we have anyway, because we spent money on it, and we should be more grateful and thankful and treat items as if they're important. If they were important enough for you to buy it, they're important enough for you to take care of it. Finish what you start. I've been working on this so much lately. If I start cleaning the bathroom, I need to finish. And then you get a sense of accomplishment. But if you clean it halfway and then you just get distracted and you go do something else, you have no sense of finishing, no sense of gratification, and it's still not clean. So kind of what you did is kind of a waste. Go ahead and finish what you start. Here's something good. Fight fear with a plan. If you're not sure about something and you're starting to fear it, make a plan to somehow either talk to someone about what you're fearing, or say you're driving in your car and it's making this little noise. And every time you get in the car, you hear the noise again and it gets a little louder and a little louder. But inside you have this fear. And you may not look like fear, but it will be a naggy thing in the back of your mind. Oh, this car, what am I going to do? What if it breaks down? Every time you get in the car, you deal with the same thing. So fight fear with a plan. A, I'm going to tell my husband. B, I'm going to take it somewhere and have them figure it out. C, I'm going to look it up on the internet. My car is making blah, blah, blah noise. What is wrong, So if you have fear of something like medical too, go fix it. Go check it out. Look it up. Call a friend. Do something, but don't just sit paralyzed in your fear. Whoa, this is a big one. Do not make your thoughts a fact. They're just thoughts. You can control your inner dialogue, and there's a lot of ways to do that. And that's another thing I'm only sharing things mostly with y'all that I either need to work on or I've been working on and had some success. And my inner dialogue is one of those things. One way to interrupt it, besides like prayer, and things like that, are distracting yourself sometimes, but it keeps coming back. Sometimes when I want to give it to God, though, I have to do a motion. Like, this is yours, God. I'm giving this to you. And making that motion really releases it more than if you just think, oh, please, God. Oh, please. Oh, please don't let, blah, blah, blah. Action and movement, when you have an inner dialogue that is scaring you and you can't seem to get out of the loop, action and movement really, really help. I mean, even just shaking your head sometimes, just go like that and just get it out. Just stop the madness. And that stuff really helps, and it's really important for our brain to be able to relax. And when it comes up again, sometimes I'll say, oh no, I gave that to God. I already gave that to him. I don't have to take that back. I don't have to mull over that anymore. And I've had a lot of success doing that. Here's something that I liked, another saying that I wrote down. If you can see it in your mind, you can begin to move towards it. I've been walking around this house a lot because, had 3 years here where we didn't do a whole lot. We just would have fun on the weekends and go back. And now there's things that I've been thinking about forever to do, and I'm beginning to see things in my mind, and it's thrusting me forward to fix it or change it. Like I wanted, the pictures in my bathroom were just outdated, and they just well, I was in Target one day and I saw these adorable pictures, and I said, that's it. So I have my receipt, I kept it, and I came home and I just hung them on the wall. They look so cute, and now that's morphed into doing some more things to updating that bathroom. So if you can see it in your mind, you can move towards it. Here's something else I wrote down. In the willingness to fail, the extraordinary will often appear. Take risks. I think lately we have all been risk adverse. We've been taught that you can't be at risk, you can't be at risk, you can't be at risk. We're always at risk. So take the risk that you want in the direction that you want to go. Just take it. You're not going to get there if you don't take the risk. So choose your risk and move towards what you want to do, because life is risky no matter what you do, unless you get in a closet and sit, and then you'll go crazy. So it was a risk to get in the closet and sit, wasn't it? All right. Failing to plan is planning to fail. You have heard that so many times. So if you want to get something done, get a piece of paper and start diagramming it out, writing a plan, put a date, put a time. Just do it. It's now or never. We need to do these things. If you're my age, I'm 61. It's now or never. I'm never going to do it if I don't do it now. You know what I'm saying? And let's see. These are really good things. Own your morning. Don't let the morning get away from you. Own your morning. When you are bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, that's when you'll get the most done, or you can do the most deep reading and understand it because the day hasn't entered your brain yet. Two more things that, let's see, always plan. Oh, here's a good one for life leveling up. Always plan for things to take longer than you think. You know, I'm going to a Bible study now, a writing group, and going to church on Sundays. I haven't been doing this much action in forever that I have to get dressed for, fix my hair. I can't just throw on a ball cap and a pair of cutoffs like I won't tell y'all that's how I do, but I do sometimes down here, but it's the beach area, so it's okay, right? But I've been having to get ready and try to look decent because I'm trying to make friends, so I got to present myself as a normal person, right? And I'm telling you, it takes longer than it used to, or it takes longer than I always expect. So now I allow an extra 15 minutes, even just to go to Bible study the night before. I'll lay out what I want to wear. It's not till noon. I could certainly do it the next morning, but it feels really nice to do it the night before. And then you're already in that mode. And if I get to sit down and relax for 15 minutes before I actually have to leave, that's better than rushing out the door 5 minutes late. So I think that's a really good little mantra. And the last thing I'm going to share with you is something that I've been doing. No, I haven't been doing. I'm going to do it. And that is set up a master grocery list on your phone. If you will type out the things that you continually buy, and if you order them online, they usually have your favorites already listed. Keep that in your phone so that you can, when you run in the store for bread, quickly glance at your phone and scroll, and you'll go, oh yeah, I need mayonnaise. Oh, I need dishwashing detergent, when you would have forgotten. But if you have this master list of things you always buy and you can thumb through it in the store, you will save save yourself a lot of time and a lot of aggravation. All right, well, my time is up, so I got to go, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.